Busan reported to police that 50 million Korean won was withdrawn from his bank account after a mobile phone was fraudulently registered under his name. On April 22nd, his SK Telecom phone service was suddenly cut off, and he later discovered that a KT budget phone account had been opened without his knowledge. 5 unauthorized transfers of 10 million won each were made from his bank account on the same day. He immediately contacted the police and requested a payment suspension from the bank. Police said the investigation is in its early stages and will focus on how the phone account was opened and how the bank transfers occurred. The case comes as SK Telecom faces scrutiny following a recent hacking attack that leaked USIM information, although the company claims no confirmed damage. The Korea Broadcast Advertising Cooperation, Ko.Pu, expects advertising spending to stay steady in May, with the Korea Advertising Index KAI at 100.2. Spending is forecast to rise in beverages, confectionery, and food, but fall in fashion and real estate sectors. Compared to May 2024, overall spending is slightly down, reflecting concerns about a market slowdown. In international news, a 30-year-old man has been charged with 8 counts of second-degree murder after a car was driven into a crowd at a street festival in Vancouver, Canada. The attack at a festival which celebrated Filipino culture left 11 dead and dozens more injured. Work to identify some victims was continuing yesterday evening, and police said the suspect, B.I.G Adam Lo, a resident of the city, was likely to be charged with further murders. And now for today's weather. It's currently 22 degrees in Busan with mostly clear skies. The temperature will average around 16 degrees Celsius this evening. And that wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BFM 부산 영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM 부산 영어방송.
Coming up next is For Your Busan with Nick Greenwood. BFM 부산 영어방송.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You don't need your voice to use it. And if you make a mistake, just press the back button. It treats everyone the same way, always with the same look, the same manner. It's the kiosk. It's convenient, yet inconvenient. Friendly, yet unfriendly. Are you comfortable using it? Well, hello there everybody. My name is Nick, and welcome to For Your Busan. Let's kick off this Monday with Sherlock by Shiny.
Shiny's back. Shiny's back. Shiny's back. Back, 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 back. Yeah. 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 Here we go. Yeah. stop 어느 누구라 해도 현장을 벗어나선 안 돼 명백한 이 사건 속에 긴장하지만 남의 실 안에서도 자유로워 이미 너의 떨린 숨결 하나까지 놓치지 않아 은밀하게 노린 심장의 보석 너의 불안한 그 시선까지 꿰뚫었어 난 용의 선상에 널 찾아냈어 난 Freeze 아무것도 모른단 얼굴로 넌 내 몸을 흔들어 기회를 노려 두 개의 다 널 떠올리다 다쳐냈다 내 머릿속을 채운 의문 네가 원한 것이 뭔가 소리도 없이 흘러드는 이 순간이 내 맘에 소용돌이쳐 I'm curious yeah 사진 속 네가 순간 걸어나와 실제하지 않아 분명 알지만 너를 신문하겠어 내가 원한 대답 너는 알고 있어 네 입술이 빛났다 사라져 어쩜 넌 이미 알았는지 모르지 내 마음은 애초부터 굳게 잠기지 않았었지 내게만 범인은 이 안에 있어 아무도 나갈 수 없어 너와 나 어떤 누구도 너의 모든 것들에 다 증거를 내 발견했어 너를 꼭 찾아내게 I'm curious yeah 사진 속 네가 순간 걸어나와 I'm so curious yeah I'm so curious yeah Tonight Shane is in the house ho So give it up give it up give it up for Shine Give it up give it up give it up for Shine
That was Sherlock by Shiny. Today's first song this Monday, everyone. What a way to kick things off. I do love a bit of, now I don't want to say retro K-pop, but it's not the newest K-pop. But this is my favorite generation of K-pop. Very exciting stuff. How you doing, everyone? Welcome to the show. It is Monday, a brand new week. And I want to ask, did you eat out last weekend? If you did, what kind of restaurant did you visit? And how did you place your order? In many Korean restaurants, there's the call bell, right? You press the bell when you want the 직원분 to come over and take your order. I think it's ingenious. I think every country in the world should have it. It makes things so much more simple. But these days, things are going further. More and more restaurants are just replacing everything with kiosks. Now, with a kiosk, you don't need to call a server. You don't need to say anything, really. You just tap on what you need. Now, kiosks go beyond just ordering food or getting tickets. We can even make a donation with one, which is quite surprising. The Namgu District Office has introduced the city's first donation kiosk to promote small donations that anyone can take part in. Anyone can donate starting from just 1,000 won using the kiosk, and if you're worried you don't carry any cash, that's no problem. You can pay with a card or mobile payment apps too. The donations collected through the kiosk will go toward local welfare programs, and donors will receive a digital donation certificate with a photo and a message, and their names will be displayed on a wall of honor. Now, technology may seem like it's replacing people, but in this case, it's doing a bit of positive. It's helping to give back with one simple tap. So we'd like to know what you think about this topic, right? Things are being replaced, less human, more machine. Doesn't sound good when you put it like that, but it's a new world, right? Let me know what you think. And in the meantime, hello to everyone who's messaging in this Monday afternoon. We've got Benny Nim saying, 1등, hello Nick, UPD, and everyone. Happy last Monday of April. It is the last Monday of April, which is really, really odd to think of it that way. You're really good at reminding us of this stuff, Benny Nim, so 감사합니다. Jinli Nim as well saying, wave, 하트병, 엄지척. Good to see you, Jinli Nim. Hope you had a good weekend, as well as Hangmin Park Nim saying, hello. Welcome everyone to the show. Chaesung Nim messaging in on Kakao Talk saying, good afternoon. For middle-aged people, it's a pain in the butt. It's confusing. I like that. That's a very good term. Pain in the butt. It's really 좀 골치 아픈 일이죠. It's just too confusing. I'm sick of it. I don't like it. Right? I totally get you sometimes. For me, I think there's pros and cons. 저는 개인적으로 좀 장단점이 있는 것 같다고 생각해요. But everyone is different. Everyone is different. And she just said, I ate out and I had 삼겹살. Now, there are some restaurants where you can order on a kiosk that too these days, which is quite interesting. But, you know, a lot of places, I think thankfully, still do people ordering. So, today's text topic is asking you, literally, do you like kiosks or do you like people more? 나는 키오스크가 편하다. 아니면 나는 사람에게 주문하는 게 편하다. 이게 오늘의 텍스트 토픽 질문입니다. You can send your messages for the next 2 hours. Send your diverse opinions on the topic. You can join the conversation in Korean and English. Just send a message to pound 9050 샵 9010 which will cost you 101. Kakao Talk message or YouTube live message. Let me know what you think. Do you like just pressing buttons and not speaking to people? Or does it get frustrating and confusing and impersonal? There is no right or wrong answer. Now, in the first half of the show, we're going to have Busan Times, where we catch up on the day's top stories with Busan's news anchor, Claire Kim. Nick's deep dive will be after that. Time to share my thoughts about everything in the world. And then we have Jimmy in the house for Big Tour, or Busan is Good Tour. Tour guide Jimmy will take us to the hottest spots, events, and festivals in Busan. On the mic will be in the second half, stories of Busan locals encountered on the streets of Busan, Busan Quiz Master after that. Of course, everyone's favourite, it's your chance to potentially win some prizes. Busan's Tale will finalise the show where Hayley comes in and we have a storytelling segment exploring fascinating and lesser-known tales about Busan that even locals might not know. Remember, you can be the prize winner of today. Just participate in the show through the mediums that I suggested. We have Oration Nim, welcome to the show, saying 안녕하세요, 건강하고 평안한 하루 되세요. 감사합니다, Oration Nim. Thank you for joining. I hope you're having a wonderful start to your week. It's definitely a lot better now that you've come and messaged in and said hello. So everyone get messaging, don't be shy. Send us your answers to the text topic or just anything you're feeling, whether you had a good weekend, whether you're having a good day. We'd love to hear from you. All right, don't go anywhere because Busan Times is coming up next.
Stay connected to Busan's rhythm with For Your Busan, airing daily from 4:05 to 6 p.m. Blending your friends' voices with the latest information and news from our vibrant city.
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It is 4:15 in the afternoon, and it is time for our daily dose of news with Claire. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. How are you doing? Have a good weekend?
Yeah, I had a good weekend, yes.
Yeah.
Pretty tired today.
Yeah, it was that good. 그만큼 재미있었나 봐요. That's awesome to hear. We have Benny-nim saying, good afternoon, lovely Claire.
Hello.
Now, before we dive in, I'll ask you today's text topic. Are you a kiosk person or a face-to-face person?
I actually like kiosks.
You like kiosks?
Yes.
Why?
I have a mental breakdown. Whatever.
Really?
I was reading the menu, and as soon as someone asked me, what would you like to get? And then my brain froze, and then I just order whatever.
Really?
So many times I did that.
You didn't pre-think of what you wanted?
Because I was still reading it. I'm still
they came over.
I have a bit of, 결정 or problem.
Yeah.
And then I'm just still tossing my mind, and then someone asked me straight away, because I don't want to burden them. I don't want to,
make them wait.
Make them wait. So I just say whatever.
Fair enough. I mean, I can understand in that societal situation. You're like, I'll just have the lobster
whatever
and foie
that
gras.
is. Yeah, English breakfast tea.
I don't even like that. Fair enough. I can understand them with the kiosk. You kind of take your time to do things. Maybe for people who are a bit more, I don't know, I don't want to say brave, but like, 좀 기다려주세요,
Yeah. Like,
I used to never be like that.
No,
But these days, I'm a bit more like, 잠시만요.
Oh.
A bit more sticking up for myself these days.
Okay.
We had 고신라님, welcome to the show, saying 사람에게 직접 주문하는 게 편하다라고 했어요. Awesome stuff. Benny-nim also saying, I'm a face-to-face person, and I like to tell what's going on. So, yeah, I'm not really a kiosk kind of guy. Fair enough. Everyone's different. So anyway, it's time to get into today's news. It's a brand new week, second week. First week was okay.
Well, it went well,
I
think.
Yeah.
I think
It was good. It was
feels
great.
good to be back.
Yeah.
Hope you all had a refreshing weekend, whether
Yeah.
it was exciting or just a much-needed break.
Awesome stuff. All right. So, even if it's just meant to be sleeping in, there's no judgment here. We've got a packed show today.
Absolutely. Some big updates about one of Busan's biggest projects, new opportunities for young people, and even something delicious coming up.
Okay, a full course meal of news today. Brilliant. What's up first?
So we're starting with a huge development for Busan, the long-anticipated Gadokdo new airport, 신공항. You know, the one that was supposed to open in December 2029 may not meet its target after all.
Delays. So what's happening?
Well, the main construction team, led by Hyundai Engineering and Construction, submitted a new basic design plan. In it, they're asking for 9 years to complete the project. That's
Wow.
2 years longer than originally planned.
9 years, so looking at 2031.
Exactly. If this is accepted, we're looking at 2031 or even 2032 before flights take off from the new airport.
Okay.
And it's not just the timeline. They're also saying the project needs an extra 1 trillion won, which is 1조, in funding beyond the 10.5 trillion that was already set.
Wow, that's a massive increase. So how did it get to this point?
Part of it is the complexity of the project, building on reclaimed land, environmental factors, and so on. But critics are saying Hyundai knew the original timeline and budget when they entered the bid. So asking for changes now feels like moving the goalposts.
Okay, yeah, it's not a good look. How are the government responding?
Right now, the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport is reviewing the proposal carefully. It's tricky because after several failed bids, Hyundai's consortium was the only one willing to take on the project. If they reject it now, it could mean serious delays finding another contractor.
Oh no, so they're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Exactly, and the political side is heating up too. The Democratic Party's Busan chapter is furious. They're calling the 9-year proposal unacceptable and accusing officials of hiding the truth about the project's feasibility. They're even threatening to launch a full investigation and start a petition calling for the Busan mayor and even the transport minister to resign if the opening slips past 2029.
Ooh, harsh. It escalated quickly. I guess this airport project just became one of the hottest political issues as well.
For sure. It's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out over the next few months.
So it sounds like this story is just going to be heating up from here. At least we still have 김해공항 in the meantime to get us to
We
places.
still can fly in and out.
Exactly. So let's shift gears a little from delays and construction headaches to some good news for young people in the city.
Yes, a really encouraging update this time. Busan Metropolitan Cooperation is now opening applications for 120 youth rental housing units.
Wow, that's awesome, especially with how tough the housing market is these days.
Exactly. These aren't just anywhere. They are places the city specifically bought in good locations near subway stations, universities, places where young people actually live and work.
And most importantly, they're affordable, I assume, right?
Very much so. Rents are set at 40 to 50% of the regular market price. And for some tenants with extra city support, the rent could be as low as 30,000 won a month. 3만 won.
That's cheaper than a phone bill.
Exactly.
That's crazy
It
good.
really is. And for young people starting out, whether they're studying, working their first jobs, or saving up, that can make a massive difference.
Yeah. So how long can they stay once they get in?
Up to 10 years maximum. And during that time, there's also support like appliances provided in some units. Things like washing machines, refrigerator, even air conditioners.
This sounds like real investment to keep young people in the city.
That's exactly the point. The city wants to keep young talent from leaving for Seoul or other places. Applications open May 12 for the first priority group and then again later in the month for second and third rounds. All the info's online at the BMC Application Center.
Brilliant stuff. So this is great news. We've covered airport delays and cheap apartments. Now let's finish off with something that everyone can agree on. good food.
Yes, today Busan is hosting a brand new event called Gastro Domo at Domohan, and it's all about celebrating the city's food culture.
Sounds amazing. I like it already. Gastrodomo. It sounds like a fancy dinner party.
It kind of is, but it's
European.
also a serious project. Busan wants to boost its reputation as a culinary destination, not just a beach city. And good food can be a major tourism driver too.
For sure. The food tourism is a real thing now, and people literally plan vacations around where they want to eat
You're
food.
talking about me? Yes.
Oh, yes.
Exactly. Today's event has two big parts. First, they're officially recognizing restaurants that made it into the 2025 Michelin Guide for Busan. It's a huge moment for those chefs. They'll be awarded plaques to mark the achievement.
That's a big honor to be listed as Michelin, never mind starred. It changes everything for a restaurant.
Right.
I would say personally, I think with my friends and people I know, when they come to Korea, they don't really care about Michelin stars.
Not
they
at
come
all.
because they want real like 시장 횟집 or
Local
like
food.
갈비, 삼겹살, local food.
Busan food.
Michelin food, I guess, is good if you got the money.
I think it's more for like locals. I think
Yeah, for
you wanna-
locals, that would be good. Yeah, I think so. But it's still great. It's kind of like a mini food.
Still
everything.
amazing to have those
sure,
in
yeah.
Busan. And the second part of the event is a mini food conference. 3 top chefs will talk about the future of Busan's culinary scene, how cities and chefs can collaborate, what kind of global trends Busan can tap into, and so on.
It can't be a food conference without food. There's got to be food.
Of course, after the talks, there's an outdoor barbecue session hosted by Chef Yu Yong-uk. It's designed to be casual, a real mix and mingle with incredible food served right on the lawn at Domohan.
Brilliant stuff. Sunshine, good food, good company, and it sounds like the perfect way to spend a Monday afternoon.
Honestly, if you weren't hungry before hearing about it, you probably are now.
For sure. That sounds great. Barbecue outside. I haven't had barbecue outside in
Brilliant
ages.
weather today.
I know. It is so nice today, and hopefully it's going to continue like this as well.
My favorite weather.
It is. Yeah, of course, Australian right there. Should be the norm. How do you survive in the winter here?
I know.
Yeah.
Always a struggle
For
for
sure, it must be. So we've covered a lot today, from airports and apartments to Michelin stars and barbecue. Really interesting, good stuff.
Thanks for sticking with us. Hope you found something interesting, something exciting, and maybe even a little something to dream about.
We'll be back tomorrow with more news and stories from Busan and beyond.
Until then, stay curious, stay positive, and maybe grab something delicious on your way home today.
All right, Claire, thank you very much, and
worries.
I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
All right, everyone, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick song break. This was requested by Benny Nim. This is 혼호공 by 17.
계속 올랐지 정상까지 마냥 실은 보란 듯이 I always win 강한 마음이 중요하지 미래는 또 망가지 난 내가 놓기 전까지 다름다림다 걸어마자고 여기저기로 다름다림다 우리들의 등치를 높이러 다름다림다 또 다른 세계 나가자고 이 리듬에 맞춰 Say 영웅보색 like this 시간과 공간에 구애받지 않는 자세 힘을 타고 쓰러져도 포기 말고 날 뛰는 중 낯이 된 것 같아서 놓고 낯이 된 것 같아서 놓고 어디는 쉬지 않아 매일 make it 끝까지 가보자 낯이 된 것 같아서 I love my team, I love my crew 여기까지 달리면서 I love my team, I love my crew 계속 달릴 수 있어도 I love my team, I love my crew 여기까지 오르면서 I love my team 그 덕분에 우린 마치 된 것 같아서 놓고 알리지 우리는 등장 중 여전히 새때는 뒷박고 멈추지가 않아 뒷박 중 발이 꼬여도 뒷박 Put on my gun 성실히 swing 중 다른 날에만 늘어나라 하늘로 여의봉 다른 날에만 우리들의 매일은 coming go 다른 날에만 모든 걸 위해 나가자고 이 노래에 맞춰 Say 영웅보색 like this 시간과 공간에 구애받지 않는 자세 힘을 다고 쓰러져도 포기 모르고 날뛰는 중 마치 뛴 것 같았어 마치 뛴 것 같았어 우리는 쉬지 않아 매일 끝까지 가보자 마치 뛴 것 같았어 I love my team, I love my crew 여기까지 달리면서 I love my team, I love my crew 계속 달릴 수 있어도 I love my team, I love my crew 여기까지 오르면서 I love my team 그 덕분에 우리 마치 된 것 같아서 신은 대로 장혹해 거짓은 대로 달콤해 가족하면 대로 거짓말로 나쁜 것을 다 모아도 하고픈 나와 에너지 힘모아 아주 딱 나와 에너지 한 방에 아주 발사와 지금부터 다 하늘에 요함성 발사 이 노래는 이 만화의 엔딩송이다
니게 탐구생활 Do you usually pay attention to your surroundings? Do you tend to notice your surroundings well when walking or driving? Or are you not that type? When driving, we see all kinds of traffic safety signs. So, how many different types of traffic safety signs are there in Korea? Well, as of 2024, there are about 50 official traffic safety signs. These days, many people rely heavily on GPS while driving, so they often overlook traffic signs. But understanding what these signs mean is essential for safe driving. Paying attention to traffic signs and signals provide warnings, guidance, and important signals for safe driving. However, many drivers are unfamiliar with road surface markings. One often overlooked marking is the diamond shape on the road. This symbol means a pedestrian crossing is coming up within 15 meters or 50 meters. It's a warning to slow down and drive with extra caution. Even if there's no pedestrian signal, a diamond marking still indicates an upcoming crosswalk, and when drivers see it, they should slow down to under 20 kilometers per hour. A pedestrian should also understand this symbol and avoid jaywalking in these areas, as jaywalking can become a dangerous habit, risking our lives. If both drivers and pedestrians recognize the meaning of the diamond marking, crosswalk accidents can be greatly reduced. According to the Ministry of the Interior and Safety, installing traffic signals or markings in accident-prone areas has reduced traffic deaths by over 50% and accidents by 30%. Paying attention to traffic signs isn't just helpful, it's necessary for our safety and the safety of others. All right, that was today's 니게 탐구생활, right? Be safe on the roads, everyone, whether you're a driver or a pedestrian. You have responsibility as a pedestrian too, so don't just cross the road when the light is red. Be smart. Luckily, I think a lot of people are pretty good here about that, but still, always be on the lookout and be careful when you're walking and driving. The time is now 4:31 in the afternoon. Hope you're having a good day so far. It's Monday. I hope you're not feeling the Monday blues. If you are, we're going to try and get them away. We're going to try and get rid of them for you. We've got some messages coming in. We had Juliet Nim. Hello, Juliet. Happy Monday. Saying, thank you for giving me the thumbs up and heart byung last Friday. Your Busan. 역시 닉님. I was truly touched. Hello, everybody. Magical Monday. 닉님 looks amazing as always. Juliet Nim, you're always too kind. And I know I always say that, but you are. Welcome to the show and thank you so much for your lovely words. You always get thumbs up, heart byung, and everything good from us. Also, we had Rarationim telling us whether they prefer the kiosk or the person, because that is today's text topic. Raration님께서 키오스크 사용법이 서툴러서 버벅거려 뒤에 줄 서신 분들의 따가운 시선이 느껴져서 식은땀이 흐른 기억이 납니다. 라고 했습니다. Yeah, I know what you mean, especially at fast food places, right? When you go to like 버거땡 and stuff like that. People are waiting impatiently. Those ones, if I'm honest, not a big fan of the kiosks. But even when you go to the person, if you're looking at the menu for too long, the person behind you, you can feel their 시선, right? You can feel their laser eyes on you. But I guess we're also talking about the ones where you sit down at a table and you can kind of just 편하게, you can just press what you want at your table. Those ones are not so bad because there's no pressure that somebody is waiting. But still, I can understand. It must be a little bit uncomfortable for sure. Anyone else, please tell me, do you prefer ordering from a kiosk or do you prefer ordering from a person? That is our today's text topic. And also, thank you, Benny Nim, for saying to press the like button and Julia Nim for saying already done that. Good stuff. Thank you very much. All right, we're going to take a song break. Don't go anywhere. This is 나를 돌아봐 by Juice.
이제 우리가 시작하겠어 바로 여기서 D-U-S 여기서 우린 보여주고 싶어 D-U-S 하고 있지만 너야 그때 너의 마음 나에게
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It is now 4:37 in the afternoon on a Monday, and to help us fight these Monday blues is none other than Jimin-ho.
Yay, Jimmy in the building.
How you doing, man?
Doing good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have a good weekend?
Of course. Yeah, I played tennis. I went out for a walk. Yeah, I'm definitely into tennis these days.
I think you look a bit, I don't want to say healthier, because usually when you say somebody looks healthier, it means they've gained weight.
Right.
But you look healthier that you think you've lost weight.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working on it right now.
That's awesome,
I started
man.
going to the gym.
Yeah.
And, limit my meal and everything. So
I can see the fruits of your labor. That's awesome.
let me try. Let
Yeah.
me try.
So before we dive in, I want to quickly ask you today's text topic. Today's text topic is about kiosks. Now, you're a young guy.
No, I'm old. I'm big guy.
You're older than me, but you're a
Yeah.
young guy.
Right.
Do you like when you go to a restaurant? Not necessarily fast food, but you go to like a galbijjip or something.
Right.
Do you prefer using the kiosks on the machines, or do you prefer ordering from a person?
I used to love ordering from a person, and then we get to like chit chat and do a small talk. But
that's you. Yeah,
that's what I used to love.
Yeah.
And then if I really talk like gently and nicely,
Yeah.
I sometimes get like complimentary,
Yeah.
dishes and everything.
That's
but
true.
Yeah, ever since the kiosk has evolved and then installed, I just usually directly just to use that kiosk because now I know like everybody's really busy like cooking or like serving and everything. So I'm just like mine as just order something in extra in kiosk.
I guess it's different depending on the culture, because somewhere like Korea has never had a tip culture.
Right.
So I know in Western countries where a lot of the times the server will be nice and friendly and very warm to them to get a tip, obviously.
Right.
There was a reason to have human interaction.
True.
But in Korea, because that doesn't exist anyway, just cut out the middleman, press the button, get what I want.
That's like also half right and half wrong because I went to LA last year.
Yeah.
They still ask for the tip on the kiosk too, like
true, that's
0%, 15, 25. I'm like,
know.
what? Why do I have to tip them?
I feel like at this point, just pressing okay, tip is a please don't ruin my food. Please don't do anything to my food button.
I think that's why I
Yeah.
actually tip them too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
혹시나해서.
맞아요.
But yeah, I can see why you would be the friendly. You want to talk to people.
Right.
That's good. We got some messages. We got Benny-nim saying, Jimino in the building. Juliet-nim saying, Jimino-nim, good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon to you.
Dana M-nim saying, I hate kiosks.
Oh, why not?
I mean, that's understandable.
Right.
She maybe is more like you.
True,
Liking
true.
more human interaction.
Right.
Welcome to the show, Donna M-nim as well. And 조현철님 saying, 저는 일하시는 분들한테 주문하는 게 편해요. 키오스크는 편한데 뭔가 대화가 없이 주문한다는 게 아쉬운 부분이 있다고 하셨어요.
충분히 그럴 수 있어요. 제가 원래 그랬거든요.
Seems a lot of people are more on your side of
Right.
things. That's interesting. So, with Jimmy, anyway, you go to these places and you have to talk with people. It's
Right.
part of your responsibility. And it's great because you like to talk with people. We get to hear these conversations right from the events that you go to.
True.
So, where are we going today?
This time, not somewhere too far from here. I actually visited the cinema center, Busan Cinema Center,
Very
which
close.
is like, right near this place. Yeah, because there is a Busan International Short Film Festival, which it was kicked off on the 24th, and it will be end on 29th. So you guys still have 2 more days to go and browse through and check it out.
Tomorrow, 내일은 폐막식이죠.
그렇죠.
Yeah, so today and tomorrow your last
Today
chance.
and tomorrow,
really.
yes.
Yeah. Great stuff. Busan is the movie capital of Korea.
That's true.
And probably of Asia as well, a lot of
Right.
people say. So it's going to be a great opportunity if you can get there. So you went there. I assume you saw some movies?
Oh, yeah, I did. This movie named, what was it? Skin on Skin. It's from Germany. And then these two guys.
It sounds very erotic. Is it?
True,
It's
that's
erotic.
true.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's that movie is not something erotic though.
Oh, it's not?
It's not.
But the name sounds quite...
Yeah, name
okay.
sounds. Those two guys. It's just to like give you guys a little bit of. I'm not gonna do the spoiler, but it's about those two men's. There is like a happenings going on in the meat industry in Germany.
Oh, like 고기? Like,
고기.
Oh,
Yeah.
like
So,
사육점.
yeah.
Oh.
So yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Skin on skin.
Right.
It kind of reminds me of, because in Korean there's the 콩글리시가 있잖아요. 그 skinship.
그쵸. Skinship.
You kind of think that kind of skin. Okay,
Yeah.
and what country is that from?
From Germany.
Oh.
And then later on, I'm gonna play you guys the audio clip over interviewing these two guys.
Okay.
Not the actors, but then the people who was involved in this movie.
Brilliant.
And then what I happened to found out about this Busan International Short Film Festival, like many people are probably aware of the Busan International Film Festival.
Yeah.
But this short film festival, it was established in 1980.
Oh, wow.
So this year is actually the 42nd edition.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, I was really surprised.
Has it been that long since the 80s?
Right?
Wow.
I thought it was also brand new, but then it has a long history.
I do like short movies because
Right.
sometimes you don't want to sit through a whole 2-hour long
True.
movie. You just want some artistic creation for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Maximum 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, especially this year emphasizes the integral role of sound in cinema, like exploring how dialogue, sound effect, and even music contribute to storytelling. So
Okay.
yeah, you guys really gonna like it.
Brilliant stuff. So you went there, you saw some movies, and you mentioned that you interviewed people related to this movie, Skin on Skin.
For sure.
Okay, so should we listen to their interview?
No, as for the first interview
Okay.
though, I had a conversation covering the whole various topics with the person who's in charge of this short film festival.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
VIP pass?
right, so we get to hear about that first. So let's check out the first audio clip. 안녕하세요. 간단하게 자기소개 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 안녕하세요. 부산국제 단편영화제 김대황 사무국장이라고 합니다. 반갑습니다.
네, 사무국장님 반갑습니다. 이번 부산국제 단편영화제에 대한 간략한 소개 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 부산국제 단편영화제는 어느덧 42년의 역사를 자랑하는 대한민국 유일의 그리고 역사와 전통을 자랑하는 대한민국 최고의 국제적인 위상을 가진 단편영화제라 할 수 있을 것 같습니다. 저희 부산국제 단편영화제는 미국 아카데미 퀄리파잉 인증과 그리고 시네마테크 프랑세즈 교류전 등 굉장히 국제적인 업적을 좀 많이 쌓고 있는 영화제다라고 할 수 있을 것 같고요. 그런 부분들을 발판 삼아서 미국의 영화 잡지 무비 메이커가 선정한 출품료가 아깝지 않은 영화제로 선정된 만큼 많은 해외 감독과 관계자들의 그런 이렇게 관심을 받고 있는 영화제다라고 좀 설명드릴 수가 있을 것 같습니다.
와, 정말 멋진데요. 이번 연도가 42회잖아요. 그러면
맞습니다.
올해는 특히나 주력해서 봐야 되는 프로그램이 있다면 좀 어떤 게 있을까요?
당연히 저희는 국제 경쟁 영화제이기 때문에 국제 경쟁, 한국 경쟁, 그리고 오퍼레이션 키노라고 하는 경쟁 섹션이 있고요. 그리고 저희 영화제는 해마다 가장 중요한 주제를 선정합니다. 올해는 특히나 시네마 앤 사운드라고 하는 주제로 선정을 해서 뮤비 앤 무비 프로그램이라거나 그리고 다양한 공연과 결합된 영상들을 만날 수 있고 저희 이벤트 데스크에 가보시면 관련되어 있는 사운드를 듣고 이렇게 퀴즈를 맞추는 그런 특별한 이벤트도 마련되어 있으니까 관련된 주제를 즐겨주시면 좋을 것 같습니다.
부산국제 단편영화제란 어떤 키워드일까요?
여러분들이 꼭 아셔야 되는 영화제다라고 설명드릴 수가 있을 것 같습니다.
I like that.
Yeah, the main theme this year is cinema and sound, focusing on how important sound is in short films,
Yeah.
not just the visuals. And also, the one thing that I figured out about this BISFF is that like this is an Oscar qualifying festival. So if a film wins a certain awards here, then it can be considered to win the Academy Awards.
I guess they do have a short film segment. I don't really watch the Oscars, but
Right.
I'll hear the news about which films won.
Yeah.
So they have a short film segment.
Right.
That's really cool. It could be a gateway to that.
That's what I mean.
We've got a few messages coming about. Donna Emnim saying, wow, I knew Busan is the mecca of films in Korea. But
Yeah.
Also saying, Jimino-nim has connections. He does. He's a dangerous man. He knows people in the underworld. Mob bosses and stuff.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Really cool that you got to interview as well the top guy in
Right.
this. What else have you got for us?
Oh, I actually got to interview the editor of the movie, the short film Skin on Skin. And his name is Lucas. And then we got to actually talk about this, overall atmosphere of Busan and the short film industry itself. So let's check out the second audio clip together.
Hi, may I ask you to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hi, my name is Lukas Wengertz and I'm an editor, a film editor, and I'm presenting our film Skin on Skin here at the Busan Short Film Festival.
So you're the film editor.
Yes.
It's my pleasure meeting you. So is this your first visit in Busan International Short Film Festival?
Yeah, it's my first visit in Busan and also my first visit in Korea.
How do you feel about it?
It's an amazing experience. We went to Seoul the days before this and now Busan, and I think it's just a beautiful city and it's like really overwhelming, and like the possibilities you have here for exploring and local culture and especially food.
Right. Well, what have you tried so far?
Well, I think most of the to-dos, like we have done Korean fried chicken, Korean barbecue.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
It was really good, yeah.
What's upcoming next for this festival itself?
Well, today at 8 p.m. there's our screening, our international premiere.
Wow.
And yeah.
Am I invited?
Of course. You should come.
All right, thank you. It's my pleasure. Make sure to have a great time remaining here in Korea.
Thank you so much.
And then hopefully I get to see you next time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was really awesome. And then he was the editor. I actually got to interview those actors and actresses before, but then I didn't really get to interview people who's working like behind the scene. You know what I mean? So it was really kind of a cool experience too.
An editor, that's really cool. He seems excited as well. That, his movie is doing well here.
Yeah.
Could lead to, things like you said, like the Oscars. If
For sure.
Good. And Jimmy said it was a good movie.
It was. It was worth it.
All right. So what else do we got?
Yeah, I also got to interview another person who's involved in this movie, Skin on Skin. He's actually a sound designer, and this year's theme is actually the cinema and sound. So we also got to talk about his experiences here in Busan and overall this short film festival. So let's check out the audio clip together.
Hi, may I ask you to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Julian. I'm a sound designer from Germany, and I'm here with Skin on Skin, our diploma movie.
Wow. Is this your first visit in Busan, Korea?
Yes. First visit to Korea, first visit to Busan, and I really love it.
All right, then what are the differentiation between Seoul and Busan based on your experience so far?
Busan has the sea, and we're gonna go to the fish market.
Later on.
Yeah, and we're gonna have seafood, and I'm really excited for that.
Nice. So, how do you feel about this Korea experience overall?
It's very overwhelming. It's like lots of people, lots of stuff going on the streets. And Germany is a little more subdued, I think. But it's very intense, and we really love it. It's a great experience so far. Yeah.
What are one of those to-do lists when you were actually coming to Korea?
I think try all the food. Try all the food there is. Try all the fish there is. Try the fresh food. Go to the food markets. Go sightseeing and just experience like the people and the culture. Yeah.
Have you maybe researched any of those tour attractions or activities before you actually came over?
Yeah. I did some research and I searched for record shops.
Nice.
To shop for some records. Korean artists, like stuff from Japan, because we don't get that stuff in Germany or Europe.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna do all my hobbies that I do in Germany. I'm gonna do here, but with a Korean twist, I guess.
Nice. All right, thank you. So have a great time, and then hopefully I get to see you again.
Yeah, sure.
The life of a filmmaker sounds like a good one.
Right.
They use the sound designer, right?
Sound designer, yes, correct.
That's great. Doing what you love, working on creative movies, traveling the world.
True.
Premiering.
He was really excited about going to the fish market.
Yeah.
And trying out some of those, seafoods.
한낙지. a lot of tourists will try it, because it's such an odd thing for them. But yeah. So he was a sound designer. He worked on one of the films. Great to hear from these three people. Two of them worked on movies. One of them was the was the head guy of this short film festival. You really got a variety of people here.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that you guys still have 2 more days to go, today and tomorrow. I mean, they actually displayed a lot of like hands-on experiences too, and then they set up like a tent outdoors so people could just try to do some kind of a 3D related movie experiences as well, like AI, something related. So yeah, you can try the high tech and then you can just check out the short film as well.
Okay, and the great thing with short films is, they're not too long. So, if you watch it, you weren't a big fan, it was only 30 minutes. If you enjoyed it, you can watch a few more as well. Great stuff there. Busan definitely is the city of film in Korea and in Asia as well. So check it out if you can. Thanks a lot, Jimmy, for introducing this to us.
For sure.
I do look forward to... Any hints to next week?
Oh, no, not yet, but I will let you guys know when the time comes.
All right. Jimmy, I'll see you next week.
All right, see you guys next week.
All right. Okay, everyone, before we do wrap up, I'll read a couple of messages. We've got some related to today's text topic about kiosks. Do you prefer kiosks or do you prefer talking to people? We have 고수님. Welcome to the show, 고수님. saying 저는 사람에게 주문하는 게 편한 것 같아요. 음료나 음식에 대한 설명이 필요할 때 키오스크가 조금 답답하고 불편했어요. That is a very good point. Sometimes I want to know the ingredients, if it's something I can eat, if I have an allergy. That's a really good point. And then if you don't see that information on the kiosk, you have to call someone over. It just makes it 2 times the effort. 고수님 also saying, 나도 잘생겼지만 지민호와 닉처럼 잘생기고 싶다는 생각이 갑자기 드네요. 고수님, I'm sure you're a very devilishly handsome guy. Don't worry, I'm sure you are. There you go, Jimmy's back on screen for you just to admire. 호강 좀 하세요. Anyway, everyone, we're going to wrap up the first half here. Don't go anywhere. This is Twin by Jenny.
I'm writing a letter and I put in a 12-ounce bottle of Heineken and then let it go on a whim, cause I know I've been gone too long. But I'm writing a song, it's like I'm writing a letter, but I'm writing a song, it's like I'm writing a letter, but I'm writing a song, it's like I'm writing a letter, but I'm writing a song. Can you just bear with me? We were 10 years in and young and dumb and innocent, my friend, but I knew along that we were wrong. It's like I'm writing a letter, but I'm writing a song. It's like I'm writing a letter, but I'm writing a song. It's like I'm writing a letter, but I'm writing a song. I didn't leave ya, I still see ya when I'm bumping a shanty, yeah, on a beach, yeah. I didn't hold ya, but I still know ya. We will make things right when we get older. Friend, twin, you and I, we drifted apart. Twin, like the white clouds under the stars. Do you feel a way? I blamed the time and wasn't time, and we was fighting and colliding, man, I just couldn't stay. And I keep your name so tightly to my heartbeat. Guess I lost you and you lost me, but I put fuel to your flame. I didn't leave ya, I still see ya when I'm bumping a shanty, yeah, on the beach, yeah. I didn't hold ya, but I still know ya. We will make things right when we get old.
Your Bridge to the World. BEFM 부산 영어방송.
현대해상 모델 이정재입니다. 인생은 계속해서 모양을 바꾸죠. 혼자에서 가족으로 또 사회로 점점 커져가는 당신의 인생을 따라 당신의 어떤 인생도 감싸주는 마음 넓은 보험이 될 수 있도록 마음이 합니다. 현대해상.
부산의 축제 어디까지 즐겨보셨나요? 과거와 현재, 미래가 공존하는 항구도시 부산. 이곳 부산은 계절을 물들이는 다양한 축제로 늘 풍성합니다. 봄의 시작을 알리는 봄꽃 축제부터 부산의 여름을 만끽하는 바다축제, 전 세계 영화인들이 모이는 부산국제영화제와 새로운 시작의 해맞이 축제까지. 부산의 축제는 우리의 열정을 가득 담고 있습니다. 바쁜 일상은 잠시 뒤로하고 특별한 시간을 선물 받는 바로 이곳 부산에서 우리의 삶은 축제가 됩니다. 축제로 하나 되는 부산. 여러분은 어떤 축제를 기다리시나요? 이 캠페인은 대선공익재단과 BFM 부산영어방송이 함께합니다.
The weather is so nice today. I'm sure this won't be a big deal.
A 3-second long lapse in judgment can burn up an entire mountain, which will take 100 years to recover. We can protect these lush forests if you follow these guidelines. First, do not bring flammable materials to the mountains. Second, do not cook or camp in the mountains. Third, do not litter cigarette butts. Your small actions are the first step towards protecting the beautiful forest. This campaign is brought to you by BEFM 부산영어방송.
Did you know that an average person in South Korea uses more than 10 kilograms of disposable products a year? While convenient, it does weigh heavily on the environment as they take up to 500 years to break down. Here is how we can cut down on disposable products. First, use tumblers and mugs instead of plastic or paper cups. When you go grocery shopping, bring a reusable bag so you won't have to ask for a plastic one. At home, instead of reaching for single-use paper towels or wet wipes, use rags and towels. These small steps for the environment can have a big impact on planet Earth. This campaign was brought to you by BEFM Busan 영어방송.
The time is now 5 o'clock.
부산?
포열 부산 아닙니까?
원래는 울산 사람이니까 포열 부산 내리죠 이렇게.
포열 부산.
포열 부산.
할까요? 포열 부산.
You're now listening to For Your Busan.
Hi, what's your name and where are you from?
Eric Murray, I'm from Pyeongtaek.
Wow, okay, so today you're here in Busan. Tell us what brought you to Busan.
I just I haven't run a competitive race in quite a while, so I wanted to come down here and run one, and myself and a couple of my friends came down, so that's really what brought us here.
Okay, so have you ever been to Busan before?
Yeah, this is my third time here.
Okay, and so tell us, what is Busan like compared to Pyeongtaek?
Oh, it's beautiful down here. We really like it. You know, the scenery, mountains, everything's green. Just a great place to come to get away from Pyeongtaek.
And you said you're here for a race. Tell us about what race you're doing.
We're doing the Kijangbada Half Marathon.
Okay, and tell us, what have you done to prepare for this or train for this?
I run pretty much 3 or 4 days a week with a group of guys that I work with. We run together, so we We've been running probably 15 to 20 miles a week just to get ready.
And do you guys have a certain regimen that you go by, or how do you guys pick your training routes, I guess?
On Mondays, we usually run some speed work. Wednesdays, we run hills or tempo work. And then Fridays are our long runs, usually.
And what is a long run?
Usually anywhere between 6 and 10 miles.
Okay. And so today, what course are you doing?
Today, we're doing the half marathon.
And do you have a specific goal that you're shooting for?
If the wind doesn't blow too hard, I'd like to run a 1:38, but we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. So how many half marathons have you done before?
Probably a dozen.
A dozen, okay. And so this is your third time in Busan, and you've done a dozen half marathons. After the race, let's say you get your goal, what are you going to do to celebrate?
Drive home.
Drive home.
Drive home.
So how long, tell us a little bit, how long does it take to get from here to Pyeongtaek?
About 4 hours.
Okay.
If the weather, or if the traffic's not bad.
And how long have you been in Korea?
Almost 2 years.
Okay. So in Korea, how does it compare to other places you lived? Where are you from?
I grew up in Iowa, but I'm in the military, so I've lived all over the place. This is my second time in Korea. We love it here. It's really nice. We like everything there is about Korea.
And how much longer will you guys plan on being in Korea?
Just a few months, and then we're heading back home.
So what things do you want to do in Korea before you have to go home?
The last thing we got to do is go to Jeju next month. I'm going to ride my bike around the island and finish the Korea bike trail system. And
can you explain what is the Korea bike trail system?
They have a passport, and there's the Four Rivers Trail system, and you can ride along the trails, and you stop along the way and get stamps. And if you get all the stamps, then you get a finisher's medal and a certificate. And then if you do Jeju as well, you complete what they call the Grand Slam, and that's the pinnacle of the Four Rivers Trail system.
Okay, so you are close to finishing then.
Just Jeju left.
Okay, and do you plan on doing it? It looks like you're here with a lovely lady. Who is this woman you're here with?
This is my wife, Jessica.
Okay, is Jessica going to be participating with you on this challenge?
She's my Sherpa. She carries everything around and meets me in places, and we have coffee and eat and drink and just have fun together.
Oh, so you're going to be riding, and she's going to be bringing you coffees.
That's correct. She's a great woman.
And how are you going to get your bike to Jeju?
We're taking the ferry.
The ferry. Okay. And so you're able to drive and then put your bike on the ferry as well?
Yeah, that's correct. We're taking our car and bike, and then we'll take the ferry down, and it's like a 2-hour ferry ride, and then get off there and start riding.
And how many days do you expect Jeju to take?
2, maybe 3 at the most.
What has been your favorite food in Korea so far?
Absolutely, Korean barbecue is amazing. It's unlike anything in the States, and it's just an experience to go out and be able to make your own food there at the table, and something you really only get here in Korea, so we love that.
So Korean barbecue, what would be number 2?
Bibimbap.
Bibimbap. Okay, bibimbap. All right, so you're going to eat lots of bibimbap, have lots of barbecue. Back to the race before we finish up. What do you think about when you're running for this long of a period of time? You're going to be doing the race just shortly. The race will start in 20 minutes. So what are you going to think about while you're running?
I usually just set up a playlist with the songs I want that kind of just build in the tempo as I'm trying to build my tempo through the race, and it really is just a zone out and go kind of thing. Hopefully enjoy a little bit of the scenery, but it's kind of a meditation time, not a whole lot of thought.
And you said you've done other races in Korea, other races. Have you ever done another race in Korea?
I have. When I was here in 2017, I did a couple races up in Pyeongchang before the Winter Olympics.
All right. Well, I hope today that you have a wonderful race and get your goal and get lots of Korean barbecue.
Thank you, Tegan, for bringing us today's On the Mic. Today we had Eric Murray on the other end. Really cool dude. He had 20 minutes to go before he was about to run a race, and he had the courtesy to give us an interview. Very nice of him. Officially from Iowa in the United States, and currently lives in Pyeongtaek in South Korea. He's visiting Busan to run the Busan Bada Kijang Half Marathon. It's his third time visiting Busan. He said he loved the city's greenery and beautiful scenery. He's been training in Pyeongtaek with a group, running around 3 times a week. He's completed around 12 half marathons in the past, and he has a goal finishing the race in 1 hour and 38 minutes. He doesn't have long left before he moves away, so one of his goals is to complete the entire Korea bike trail system, which sounds like a lot of fun. Kind of getting me inspired to start running again, maybe get a bit more cardio exercise in there, because you know it's important, right? But really good listening to his story, and we wish him all of the best in the future. And this is why I love On the Mic, because every day we listen to the voices of the people who make up this wonderful city. Well, the time is now 5:07 in the afternoon. We're in the second half, everybody. Hope you're doing well so far. Hope Monday is treating you well. I want to remind you of today's text topic, which is, do you prefer kiosks at restaurants, or do you prefer ordering from a person? 나는 키오스크가 편하다. 아니면 나는 사람에게 주문하는 게 편하다. 이게 오늘의 텍스트 토픽 질문이었습니다. We've got a few messages coming in, a few different opinions. Juliet Nim saying, when ordering at a kiosk, I ask the staff right away if I have any questions. So I'm more used to using a kiosk. It's like the hybrid 직접 주문 and kiosk. I think that's a good way to use things. Just use the kiosk, get the basic order done. Maybe if you want to know, does this come with this particular meat, or does this have this ingredient in it, you can ask them as well. That's a good way to use it. Do both of them. Anyone else, please tell me, what do you prefer to do? We also have Busan Ajanim coming into the show. Welcome. Seeing everyone talking about being good looking in regards to 고수님 and saying 저는 아재같이 생겼는데 I'm sure you're still a very good looking lad, my friend. Welcome to the show as well. And remember, no one cares about 외모 here. No one cares about how you look here. As long as you're a good person and you have a beautiful soul, right? Yeah? Anyway, the time is 5:08 in the afternoon. Send your messages to #9050 샵 9010 to cost you 101. Kakao Talk message or a YouTube live message. We're going to take a song break and then we will be back with Busan Quiz Master. This is Queen Car by Idol.
Hey you, 뭘 보니? 내가 좀 섹시 반했니? honey, 너도 내 kiss 원하니? Where was I 먹은 토요미 뭐가 쉬지를 않네. 머리부터 발끝까지는 부셔 빛이 나네. 어쩌기 언니 아들 내 패션을 따라하네. 아름다운 여자의 하루는 다 아름답네. 이 파티에 준비된 birthday cake 태어나서 감사해 everyday. 네 잼그란 내가 봐도 나 3, 2 Queen car, I'm hot My book and bullet sauce Spotlight, 날 봐 I'm star, star, star Queen car, I'm top I'm twerking on the runway I am a queen car You wanna be the queen car I'm a queen car I'm a queen car I'm a queen car I'm a queen car Take a photo I'm a queen car I'm a queen car I'm a queen car I'm a queen car Look so cool, look so sexy like Kim Kardashian Look so cute, look so pretty like Ariana I wanna wait you bubble I wanna wait you bomb 자꾸 이뻐져 거울 속 no 이 파티에 준비된 blur champagne 태어난 걸 축하해 everyday 네 닮그란 내가 봐도 난 3, 2 You wanna be the queen card I'm a queen car I'm a queen car I'm a queen car I'm a queen car Take a photo I'm a queen car I'm a queen car I'm a queen car I'm a queen car 몸을 나들 친 girl Queen 카카카 맛들던 나 살찐 girl Queen 카카카 자신감 넘치는 girl Queen 카카카 I am a queen car You wanna be the queen car
welcome back everybody to For Your Busan. It is 5:11 in the afternoon on a Monday. My name is Nick if you're just joining in, and it is time for our next segment, Busan Quiz Master. This is your opportunity to potentially win a prize. So send your messages in, have a go at the quiz, and if you're lucky, you could win a special something. We have Nim. Welcome to the show, saying 안녕하세요. Welcome to the show. Hope you're doing well. Happy Monday to you. It is not Friday. Benny saying wait for 금요일 고수님. Yeah, that's 고수님's most favorite day for prizes. But today is Monday, and we've got to wait till we get to Friday. But nonetheless, it is a day for a good quiz. And today's quiz is Guess Who. Today, we've brought a quiz about a particular person in the world. So listen carefully to their hints and try and guess who we are talking about. So, are you ready? I'm going to give you some hints. If you think you know the answer, send your messages to pound 9050, sharp 9050 to cost you 101, KakaoTalk message, or a YouTube live comment. Okay. All right then. Let's do this. 음파님 saying 간만에 카풀로 여유 있게 채팅창에 글 남깁니다. Oh, that's awesome. Doing carpools. Carpool's a really good system, I think. Save the earth, save some money, talk with some friends. Hopefully you like them. It would be a bit awkward if you don't like the people you're in the car with. I hope you do like them. Shout out to them as well. All right, time to give some hints. Hint number 1. This person, their birthday is today. April the 28th is this person's birthday. 네, 오늘은 이 사람의 생일입니다. Whether they are alive or not is the question, but they were supposedly born on April the 28th. What year, you ask? I don't know. That's a mystery. All right, another hint. This is a pretty big hint. This person is one of the greatest national heroes of Korea. There you go. Now, Korea has a lot of, notable people you could class as a national hero. So lots of very important people who help the country. Okay. This person, their legacy continues to inspire Korean people today with their spirit and courage being remembered and celebrated as a national hero. They also are very well known for their strategic vision, their intelligence, their innovation, and their personality. Apparently. There you go. So, this is our first round of hints. 생일, April the 28th. They are a national hero of Korea. They have a lot of spirit and courage, and they are remembered and celebrated as a national hero. And number 4, they are known for their strategic vision, their intelligence, their innovation, and personality. Okay. We have Julia Nim sending the first guess in saying 이순신, 제가 답이 맞다면 절대 쿠폰 주지 마세요. Why? 저는 그냥 enjoying 한다고 했어요. Hey, if you're lucky, you could win. You don't have to feel guilty about it. If you win, you win. I'm not saying you will win, but still. But then saying only need Ning Nim's amazing show. Of course. Well, if you're lucky, you could get a coupon. If you're right, though, I'm not telling you if that's the answer or not. A Rarration Nim also saying 이순신, saying 충무공 이순신 장군. All right. Keep sending your answers in pound 9050, sharp 9050 to cost you 101, KakaoTalk message or YouTube live chat message. We're going to take a song break and then we'll be back. This is 뜨거운 안녕 by 성시경.
미칠 줄 알았어 그리워 너 미워 근사했고 감사했고 자기야 밤새 했고 이젠 오래돼버린 한 조각이 나도 너무나서 하도 오래된 일이라서 나도 사는 게 바빠서 그만 맘에도 없는 말 그만 숨어서 한숨만 그만 우리 함께했던 날 나만 미쳐가는 걸까 소중했던 내 사랑아 이젠 안녕 그래 이젠 안녕 찬란하게 반짝이던 그 정리해버려 너의 모든 걸 삭제 맘대로 안돼 가슴과 머리가 따로 논단 소리 Baby I am sorry 아침부터 밤까지 하나부터 열까지 다 같이 했기 때문에 너무 힘들어 입술을 깨무네 술김에 억지로 잠을 재우네 술도 수면제도 너를 못 이겨 또 밤을 새우네 왜 헤어졌냐 자존심 때문에 소중했던 내 사랑은 이젠 안녕 그래 이젠 안녕 찬란하게 반짝이는 눈동자야 그래 눈동자야 사랑했던 날들이여 이젠 안녕 그래 이젠 안녕 달빛 아래 타오르는 붉은 입술 그래 붉은 입술 그리워 어지러워 서러워 기분 더러워 One more time 그리워 어지러워 서러워 기분 더러워 하나뿐인 목숨을 바치고 같은 날생을 마치고 나 같은 놈에게 이 모든 걸 사치고 닥치고 아디오스 소중했던 내 사랑은 이젠 안녕 그래 이젠 안녕 찬란하게 반짝이는 눈동자야 그래 눈동자야 사랑했던 날들이여 이젠 안녕 그래 이젠 안녕 달빛 아래 타오르는 붉은 입술 떠난다면 보내드리리 뜨겁게 안녕
잘 자요.
Welcome back, everybody, to the show. It's 5:19 in the afternoon, and we got a message from Benny Nim saying it's not by Sung Si-kyung, it's by Psy, featuring Sung Si-kyung off the album Famous. Is that right? There you go. Sorry, Benny Nim. We're sorry. PD is saying it's my bad. Sorry. You know what? I think every day we should just ask Benny Nim for a song list, and then we can have that correctly, I think. Thanks for the correction, my friend. We also have Soy Nim saying, Hi, Nick. 날씨가 너무너무 좋네요. 주말 잘 보내셨어요? I did. I had a really good weekend. I was away. Not very far. I was in Yeongdo, which is in Busan, but it's a beautiful area. Almost feels like it's not Busan. It's the Korean Santorini, they say. Beautiful island. If you haven't been, I recommend it for sure. Also have Clean Him. Welcome to the show. Saying 역시 뜨거운 안녕 구시네요. I was going to read a 뜨거운. Welcome to the show. Saying hi all. Welcome Clean Him. Hope you're having a good Monday so far. Okay. Anyway, we are back in the middle of our Quizmaster segment. I gave you some hints about a particular person. The hints were their birthday is today, April the 28th, and they're a national hero of the country. They're very strategic, they're intelligent, great personality, apparently. So, I'm going to give you some more hints. All right, another hint. This person is honored with the title Lord of Loyal Valor. I don't even know exactly what that means, but it sounds like a very high award. The Lord of Loyal Valor. All right. Now this hint, if you didn't know, even I know this. So shall I do it anyway? This person, their most famous innovation was the turtle ship. Everyone knows that one, right? I learned about that in when I was a teacher at a 어린이집. I sat with all the little kids and I learned about the turtle ship. Very interesting history, very cool design as well. This person's last words, their famous last words were, "We are at the height of battle. Don't let anybody know about my death." Ooh, yeah, because if the enemy knew about his death, they would be more confident and they would think, Korea has no more defense. Let's attack further. So, very strategic. Even in his last moments of life. Very good. All right, let's have a look at some more people, what people are saying. We have 태구님, hello 태구님, saying 충무공 이순신, with a exclamation mark. Thank you for your guess, 태구님. Hope you're having a good day, by the way. We also have 최승님 saying 이순신 장군. Okay, a lot of guesses going towards Isun-shin. They are a very famous person who was considered national hero of Korea, and they were famous for certain animal-shaped boats. So that's I guess that's why we've only got this one coming in. Keep sending your answers in. Now we've got a very crucial hint. I don't think we need this. We've already had many 결정적인 hints, but this is another 결정적 힌트 하나 드리겠습니다.
독종모를 올려라. 싸움이 급하다. 장군. 단 한 명의 조선 소군도 동요에서는 아니 되니 나의 죽음을 적에게 알리지 마라.
Wow, this must have been a really old recording to get his voice in the person. Or it's from a movie, which I think it's from. We had 고수님 saying 저는 정답 알고 있는데 안 맞추겠습니다. Go on, you can guess it. It's okay. Give it a guess if you think you know. Clean and Cleanim coming up with another one. 이율곡. I'm not sure. Who is this person? 이율곡. Okay, I'm not Korean, so I don't feel bad about not knowing, but Yupidi is Korean, so all right then. I don't know who they are, but we'll have a look. Im Song-hwan-nim, welcome to the show. Changing your profile picture. Oh yeah, and saying 저의 프로필이 변경됐습니다. Very cool anime-looking character. Welcome to the show, my friend. Hope you're having a good Monday. Busan Ajanim saying, okay, we have a message. Korean Confucian. 율곡 이이. Korean, like Confucius, but the Korean Confucius. Very interesting. Okay, I learned something new today as well. All right. 임성만님 also guessing 이순신 장군. 부산 아재님 saying 이순신 장군 맞네. You don't know that. You don't know that yet. So don't drink your kimchi stew before. All right. 조현철님 saying 이순신 장군이요. Okay. 림님, welcome to the show. saying 결정적 힌트가 정말 결정적이네요. 이순신 장군님. Right, I'm sure everyone's seen the movie, right? We have 고수님 saying 박해일. I'm sure that's your joke answer because I know 고수님 might know the actual answer. Send your messages in to #9050 샵 9010 to cost you 101 Kakao message or a YouTube live message. We're going to take a song break and then we'll be back to reveal the answer if we need to reveal it and the winner. This is Candy by NCT Dream.
다른 여자들과 비교했지 자꾸만 깨어지는 화상 속에 혼자서 울고 있는 초라하게 갇혀버린 나를 보았어 너도 날 거야 너도 날 거야 하지만 아직까지 사랑하는 걸 그래 그렇지만 내 맘속에 너를 잊어갈 거야 머리 위로 비친 내 하늘 바라다 보며 널 향한 마음을 이제는 굳혔지만 웬일인지 내게 더 다가갈수록 우린 같은 하늘 아래서 있었지 내게 하늘이 열려있어 그래 너는 내 앞에서 있고 그래 다른 연인들이 키스를 해 하지만 항상 나는 너의 뒤에 있어
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It is 5:28 in the afternoon. We just listened to Candy by NCT Dream, and 소희님 says 원곡이랑 별 차이가 없네요. NCT 버전 처음 들어봐요. Interesting. I think this is the only version I've heard. We've played it a few times here, but that's really cool. Thank you for your message, and welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It is 5:29 in the afternoon. We're in the final moments of our Quiz Master segment. I've given you some hints about a particular person, very difficult hints. This was a very hard quiz today, as I'm being sarcastic. We had some more messages coming in. Let's read. We have 1269번님 saying their answer is 이순신 장군님이요. Thank you for your answer. 3865번님 saying 시간 지났어도 외쳐봅니다. 이순신 장군님. You're not too late. Don't worry though. You know, it's you can still send your answers now. Thank you for giving your guess. We have Raration Nim saying 최민식. 최민식, he is a great actor. One of my favorites for sure. One of the biggest 멋쟁이s in Korea, I think, in my opinion. Because he's in some of the best movies. Alright, it seems that we've got basically all of the serious answers in, apart from Gorsunim guessing actors and things like that. Okay, I'm going to reveal the answer. Probably don't need to. But everyone said the correct answer. The answer was 이순신 장군이 정답이었습니다. Yay, yay. Well done, everyone. Everyone seems to get that correct. I think as soon as I gave hint number 2 away, national hero, because even I think, when you think of national hero, 이순신 장군 is the first kind of image that pops into my head, because he's crucial to Korea's history, and there's movies and stuff, loads of documentation about him. But still, well done, everyone. Also, Summoning, welcome to the show, also saying 이순신 a bit earlier as well. Great stuff. I think I went to, is it in Yeosu? I went to Yeosu about a month ago, and there is a 거북선 on the water. Is that right? Yeah. We've got our engineer here. He's saying, yeah, that's correct. 감사합니다. That was really cool. I had a glass of wine while looking at the 거북선. Thank goodness I live in a time where I can look at the architecture and drink a glass of wine. Crazy stuff, right? Okay, we're going to give a prize away today. We're giving coffee, a coffee coupon. 커피 한 잔 누구에게 드릴까요? 1269번님께 드리겠습니다. 1269번님 축하드립니다. Thank you very much for your guess. And I know everyone got the answer correct, but we only have one coffee coupon today. I'm sorry. But remember, try your luck another day, maybe tomorrow, because we have prizes and gifts going all the time, so no worries there. All right, everyone, the time is now 5:31 in the afternoon. Hope you're having a great one so far. We have got a very special guest coming in. I'm sure lots of people are big fans of the next segment. We do have Busan Tales coming up. Before that, though, we're going to take a quick song break. This is Attitude by IVE.
감정선은 어딘가 좀 다르게 흘러 난 둘과는 다른 곳에 포커스를 걸어 Dress up to impress but I'm impressing everyone 원하거나 말건 나 결국 날 찾을걸 Cause I freeze you in my mind Then I set you right away 네가 날 싫어해도 내가 널 좋아할 수도 있어 You're for me like body on the floor I'm that girl I'm that attitude 내가 정할게 나의 mood I'm that attitude 이리저리 부딪혀도 행운은 늘 내 편인걸 I'm that girl I'm that attitude Don't care about it 한끌하지 머리 so pretty 짜증 대신에 I'm just nothing 해봐 어디 I'm so lucky 방금 올린 picture click click 머리부터 발끝까지 I don't need 너의 동인 조금씩 변이란 건 나에게
Tune in to For Your Busan, featuring local news, events, and interviews with people in the community. Airing from 4:05 to 6 p.m.
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It is now time for the information segment with Haley. This is Busan Tales, of course. Welcome back.
Hello, hello. Hi,
doing?
everyone. Pretty good.
Yeah?
Good. You know, it's spring.
Yeah.
We're still kind of getting used to the new season.
Right, yeah.
How have you been?
I've been good. You know, it's you've been a staple for a while now.
Oh,
so this is
yes,
kind of
I
like
have.
an anchor corner. And it's
Oh.
always very interesting because I learn so much. I remember last week, we were talking about the Busan ports and really interesting stuff. So I'm looking forward to today. You said we were going to continue.
That's right. It is part 2. Hello, everyone. It is 꼬.꼬.부, part 2 of our inaugural new season segment. So last week, for a bit of recap, and you can, of course, always catch this on our website or on our YouTube. But we talked about kind of the dark, unknown, lesser-known side of Busan Port and its, let's say, humble beginnings.
Yes.
Keywords included tariffs, a pandemic.
Oh, yes.
Are we in 2020 to 2025? No, we were not. We were in the 1800s. But indeed, tariffs and pandemics were a thing back then. But now we are going to come to kind of the romantic, ooh la la, aspects of the port.
It's not all doom and gloom.
It's
right?
not. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's romantic, which is so life. Because the port, 항구, right? The harbor, open sea, it is inherently romantic.
Don't you sometimes like I love doing 물멍, right? Where I just look out
Yes.
the open water.
Yes.
I know maybe Japan is somewhere in the distance from Busan, but you can't see it, and it just feels like it's endless opportunities. A little bit scary as well, but in a cool,
It's daunting.
daunting, existential crisis kind of way.
I love being in the water, and I'm actually really excited for summer.
Yeah.
One of the only reasons that I'll be excited for summer is because I started swimming in the ocean, not like athletically, not like
Just
Tegan. I just,
bobbing
hey, I'm
around
like,
kinda, yeah, like,
just
yeah.
like, I do
Bit
this.
doggy paddle.
Exactly. But then you look out into the horizon, and you kind of feel like you're all alone, which, again, daunting, but it's romantic in a sense that it's me and nature.
Exactly.
Which is what romanticists were all about. So ports, if you do 물멍, it's all about travel, kind of prospects of where can I go? How far can I go? Which I believe is a song from Moana. Promises of a new world, wealth, new horizons, and even love.
Right. I mean, I can't imagine the first person to ever set sail. Nobody had ever left their shores before.
Ooh.
Someone thought, you know what? I'm going to get on this wooden raft. Just see where I go.
A caveman in the prehistoric times, probably
Never came back, probably.
never came back.
But
probably not.
it inspired others to follow.
It did. So they were indeed pioneers, trailblazers, wave waders. So we are going to go back to our old friend, one Mr. William Nelson Lovat, who was the British American. We're going to have Nick read this in a British accent.
Okay.
He was the commissioner of the customs in Busan Port from 1885 to his daughter. Take it away.
We spent the day in Korea's Jeolleongdo. Azaleas were in full bloom, with their bright pink colors covering the side of the mountain. The male pheasant was singing its mating song, summoning its mate. We had lunch under a huge pine tree and had a marvelous time. Your mum's arms were full of colorful flowers.
Oh, and this, by the way, sir, going on to the 1800s. He was bored out of his mind last week, looking again at the same horizon, waiting for the steamship that hasn't come in 2 weeks.
He described Korea as boring back then.
Wah.
I guess he just missed his.
I suppose. And I guess if a ship hasn't come in for 2 weeks and he's the commissioner of ports, it's like you not having a show for 2 weeks. And then at one point you're going to be like, am I going to have a job?
Right.
Like
the studio's nice, but doing nothing in here.
I'm just, twiddling my thumb, clicking my heels. What's going to happen? But it seems that he's found his footing. He discovered Yeongdo or Cheolyeongdo, and that is the picture of Busan from 140 years ago. Yeongdo being this landscape of natural beauty, a prime spring hotspot, which, some things never change. It still is now. Great spot for mulmong as well. But ports were always the sites of coming and goings, families, lovers, greeting each other, saying goodbye. But one of the most popular symbols that really contributed to this romanticized image of ports was 마도로스, which is not an English word. It's matrus, also not an English word, or sailors.
It means sailors?
It means sailors.
Okay.
So, matrus is clearly not Korean either. So why in the world would you not say sailors?
Right. Is there a different vibe or a different nuance to this?
Well, there's a different language. So for some reason, in the olden days, instead of saying sailors or I guess seamen, it was more common to call them by this Dutch word. So it's from the Netherlands. And it actually filtered through Japan, like a lot of our kind of quote-unquote Konglish words did. And it came to refer to sailors who are on large vessels, like 원양어선, the deep sea fishing vessels, who sailed far out into the sea to international waters, if you will. So this actually was one of the most romanticized jobs. Like, what did you want to be when you were a kid? Like, what did you romanticize?
Well, when I was, how old?
I don't know. Let's start with super young, like your first memory.
I wanted to be a train.
It's always a train with you people.
I know.
I don't know what people it is. Boys, I think. I think with my nephew.
It's because a lot of my favorite, cartoons were trains and things like that.
Like Thomas?
Like Thomas the Tank Engine, yeah. But then when I got a bit older and realized I couldn't become an inanimate object, I wanted to be a fighter pilot.
Ooh.
I was really interested in planes. I guess I like transportation.
But here, that's the thing. That's what kids romanticize. I guess there was always that spirit of travel in you.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, during the years, the jobs that kids romanticize before they learn about things like, I don't know, calculus and 수능 and the SATs, they kind of want to do something similar. They want to be a train or dinosaur, right? Or shark, whatever, or an astronaut. So it's all about going into uncharted waters.
It's the
trying new
adventurous
things.
spirit in us.
It's the adventure. Remember, okay, this will age me, but I really wanted to be an elevator girl.
Oh, not an elevator.
Not an elevator. I wanted to be an elevator girl. These are
What is that?
In department stores back in the 90s. And I think in the 90s, that's when I saw them. There were kind of elevator. These are women, but in fancy hotels, you know how they were bellboys who press the door elevator buttons for you, but they were always really pretty women who were very nice.
Okay.
And they would press the button. And I was like, I want to be that.
Really?
She's really nice.
Maybe
and she's
because
pretty.
When you see them, they're often quite glamorized. It's very gold.
Exactly.
And
they're
luxurious.
in the fancy uniform, which now I think about it, the tight skirts and the heels and standing on your feet for hours. Very uncomfortable, but also similar to flight attendants, wants a very romanticized aspect, Pan Am and everything. That's what matroses, matrai, were.
They're like the heroes of sailors that everyone looks up to and wants to be.
Were they Popeye? Maybe they were the Korean Popeye. So, because in the 80s, I didn't know this until very recently. In the 80s, you couldn't travel internationally, as an average person.
In the 1980s?
1980s,
Wow.
80년대.
Really?
Right. And my dad worked for a construction company.
In Korea?
Oh,
okay.
He worked for a construction company, and he had permission because it involved business.
Right.
But he would apparently have to take lessons on. Basically, they were anti-communist lessons because they were afraid they would go out there and be brainwashed or be affected. So unless you were an international business person or worked for a company or a diplomat, being a matrus as an average Joe was the only way you could see outside the Korean peninsula.
They must have had a lot of applicants.
Exactly. So globetrotters, ultimate bachelors who didn't put down their roots. So you picture them, if you will, in the white sailor's uniform, a cap.
Yeah. The Popeye cap, the white cap.
Exactly.
The anchor on their
lapels,
the
anchor
sleeves.
and the golden buttons pressed. And because, again, smoking so bad for you, please don't smoke. But because it was the time, like a pipe, a cigarette in their mouths, looking out into the sea on the deck of a ship. Yeah.
It sounds really romantic, and I think if I was in that era, it would be something that appealed to me. It would appeal to me. But they were treated as national heroes of sorts.
Right. So it's one thing to be glamorized, one thing to be like, oh, he's so handsome, or oh, he's so cool. Like men want to be you, women want to be with you. But why were they national heroes? Because that meant in the, again, 70s, 80s, 90s, if you were working abroad, what were you bringing into the still kind of destitute Korean economy? Ka-ching!
Moolah.
The moolah, the dollar, 외화벌이, right? That's the thing. You bring in foreign currency, which was more valued. So they were a major part of the country's economy. So a huge human resource. They were, this sounds so odd to say this about humans, but they were a major source of export.
Wait, humans were a major source of
We
export.
didn't sell them, obviously, but we would, basically, they would get hired for international companies.
Okay.
And they would bring in, once again, the dollar or the euro or the yen, depending on which company. So in the mid-1960s, this was the first year of the Matros, the International Badoro스. 781 Korean sailors sailed aboard foreign vessels for deep sea fishing vessels. So they were catching tuna, depending on where you were, salmon, the big fish, 원양어선. By the way, back then, they didn't have a name for tuna. They called it just tuna.
So they didn't call it 참치?
They didn't call it 참치 because it was such a foreign, like it just wasn't, it's not native to Korea.
Where did the word 참치 come from then?
Well, I mean, and then I think they found a word. It just wasn't a common term. So they would just say tuna. I caught this bit from a KBS documentary, 마도로스 전성시대. Highly recommend it, which is also crediting where I got a lot of this information.
Probably someone said, there's no name for tuna, by the way, 참치.
Wow.
There you go. Even the producer's laughing. Okay. I apologize.
이게 헛웃음인지 웃음인지 알 수 없어요. But, okay, remember that figure, 781. Fast forward 10 years, that would jump to 42,000.
Wow, I guess new spreads.
Huge career opportunity across some 2,500 ships. And at that point, South Korea was the biggest country for these sailors. Yeah.
Wow. So they're making good money. It's a respected job.
Exactly. So just how much, you might be wondering.
Yeah.
I mean, because if you're going to have a job interview.
Account for inflation.
Exactly. Accounting for inflation. So we're going to talk in terms of like what they could buy with their salary.
Ooh.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. Let's talk money. So according to Mr. Myung-chang-gun, who was a former captain and a sailor himself. So back then, a 32평 to 42평 apartment, so just regular size apartment, usually for a family of four or more, it cost 6천만 원, 60 million won to buy.
In the 60s?
In the 80s, when he was 80s, so, I mean, depending on where you were, but he's based in Busan and also like Seoul. But although I'm like, seriously, 6천만 원 for a 32평 apartment?
Right.
Like, take me back.
In the 80s.
Anyways, but after one season of being out at sea, they made enough money to buy an apartment and 2 years worth of money for their family.
Wow. Just after one season.
One season, one fishing season.
Wow.
But of course, nothing's free in life. There's no free lunch.
Oh, no, don't say that.
Right. So, I mean, because if you think about it, you are stuck. It's a large vessel, but it's not a cruise.
Right.
It's not the Caribbean cruise. You're stuck on the vessel working treacherous seas. Imagine if you get motion sickness for months.
That's true. And, even today, those kind of jobs where you work in seasons, you go for, several weeks or for several months, and then you come back, such as working on oil rigs or going into mines.
Exactly. Or
mine shafts.
even still there are sailors.
Exactly.
Right.
And they are often among the highest earners as
they
well.
are. And because it is that big of a job and it's that dangerous and so lonely.
You know what I heard? Korea's a lot of tall buildings. The people who scale the buildings and clean the
cleaners.
windows, I heard they get paid a lot.
Well, yeah, because they're literally hanging on a rope.
No,
right.
I couldn't do that even if you gave me all the money in the world. That's so brave.
All right. So that is the romanticized matros, 마도로스, of Busan port.
Now, you said there were some famous tales of romance as well.
All right, so we're going to get to some salacious, real-life historical gossip. So it's history. That's kind of like gossip.
There we go.
All right, so it was a cross-border, 국경을 뛰어넘은 사랑 but scandal. 'Twas an affair. Twas, yup. All right, so a love that transcends nationality, classes, and apparently marriage certificates. So it was the late 1800s. The third British Commissioner of Customs, 해관장, was Jonathan Hunt. Mr. Hunt came to Korea with his family, with his wife, a lovely daughter, and a maid, and settled in a beautiful home overlooking the harbor. So it was a home, standalone house, 주택, and they all come with gardens, and the commissioner wasn't going to mow the lawn or weed. They're not going to do that. So they hired a gardener, Mr. Kwon Sun-do from Yangsan.
I see where this is going.
A handsome man.
The handsome gardener
who,
comes in.
You know, if you're getting, if your employees, foreign, British, then you're like, oh, maybe I'll learn English. Maybe I'll get a chance to travel. Yeah. He and Hunt's daughter, Liz, fell in love.
Oh, dear.
Which is fine. People fall in love. Here's the problem. Kwon was married and had 2 kids.
Dun, dun,
dun. Oh, good
dear.
harmony. So, but Liz told her parents she was with child. Yeah. And her father, that threw him in a mad fit, grabbed his handgun and threatened to kill the gardener.
Okay.
The gardener, Kwon, ran away to his hometown, Yangsan. The British commissioner, so angry, he put out a search party for this man who I guess destroyed his daughter's honor. Or the lovers never reunited because Commissioner Hunt took his family out of Korea. So, but this, it is when, number one, foreigners were just not common. And number two, this being the 1800s, that kind of thing will definitely earn you a place in the history pages.
You know what? I'm sure there were so many juicy love affairs that happened back then, with lots of sailors going abroad, not coming back for long periods of time.
Oh.
If social media was around back then, there'd be a lot of tales to tell.
Hashtag romance at Busan port.
Hashtag Madros life.
Yes.
Love it. Haley, this has been riveting. I'm glad that you brought us... I don't want to say positive, because it was romantic. Interesting, juicy details.
Romance can take many forms. So we are, of course, well beyond the era of Matros, but hopefully not other things too. But the seed of romance is still there. It's always embedded and budding over the port.
So much drama. I love it. Haley, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure as always. And I really look forward to what you're going to bring next week.
All right. Look forward to it. And I'll be back next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Next week. Bye-bye.
Okay, that was Haley with Busan Tales. Thank you, Benny Nim, for outing us. 일러서 감사합니다. Of course, we hope she gets back safely, of course. And she'll be back next week for more Busan Tales. The time is now 5:52 in the afternoon. We've come to the end of Monday, everybody. Monday is down. Tuesday is tomorrow, if you didn't know, which does mean that we've got great content coming your way. Yurian is going to be here to discuss a bit of debating, some light debates. We'll have Steve as well to talk about some exercise around the city of Busan. It's going to be a great day. In the meantime, everybody, thank you for joining me. The show was produced by Kim Yoon and written by Hong Kyung-hwa. I've been your host, Nick. Our final song is going to be a classic. This is Don't Look Back in Anger by Oasis. Have a great evening, everyone.